So, a couple announcements before we get started today. As you might know, I do have a 4-week abortion after abortion energy healing and recovery program. 4 weeks isn't going to cover it all, but it can get us started and give you the tools to help you start to move that energy out of your body. Not the memories. The memories are there. The experience was there. But the feelings that we carry around that abortion experience, the feeling of sadness, of grief, and maybe a lot of self-judgment. I know that was me. There was a lot of self-judgment until I started healing that and moving those energies of what was holding me back for so many years out and bringing in the love and forgiveness. So this 4-week program, it starts on March 3rd. It is comprised of a weekly call, a weekly one-on-one call. These are not group calls. And we start where you are ready. And not everyone is at the same level. And that's okay. You know, we all have to start someplace. And if this is something that has made you curious of what this is about, that's why I offer this 4-week program for free, so you can find out what is possible for you and also what it's like to be in a space with me. I am often told by many people that when they are in a room with me virtually or in person, that I bring a lot of calming energy into the room for you and for me. And it allows you to open up as much as you're ready to open up and share. And that's where we start. And it's easy to be to sign up. It's easy to be in this space with me, I guess I should say. And while the work may not feel easy, and it's not, I don't want to say work. Work is not a good word. Work, yeah. This discovery of what you are ready to heal. We heal in different layers, and it's can be, a lifelong journey. I have been healing and working on my healing for a long time. And sometimes, triggers pop up around abortion that I hear, and it just kind of, gives me a step back, and I take that moment, I take that pause. And that's what this space is for you. It's a pause in your day to come together and talk about and move these energies from your body. And these energies can manifest in so many different ways. Over time, stories on repeat in our head of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve anything good because I had this abortion. It can also come through with relationships. Are these healthy relationships that you're having? And if not, it could be a symptom of these repressed emotions that you've had for so many years. So numbing our emotions, pushing them down. I don't have time for this. I got other things to do. I got to take care of everybody. Are you taking care of everybody and not taking care of yourself? That is also a symptom. And we can also numb out through food, comfort food. It could be chips, cookies, ice cream. Those are like my 3 top ones. That's why it came up so quick. So we learn how to move through those energies and allow those feelings, those emotions to come up as they are ready to. We don't force anything. There's no pushing. We just start. It's a starting point. And that's what I offer here. So 1 week call, 1 weekly call a week. And if you get into an emotional situation or you're feeling very overwhelmed and you're just like, holy cow, I need to talk. I need to talk to Terry. And it doesn't have to be around abortion. It can be, you got overwhelmed in the day and you need to verbalize what you're feeling. So I will have a voice messaging app to share with you where you can reach me, and we will go back and forth in messaging in between calls. And there's be some other tools that we can work through and see if these work for you as well, such as tapping. I have found that to be extremely effective on a one-on-one. The energy that happens between 2 people within tapping it's pretty amazing. So I will drop the link in the show notes to sign up. It does start on the 31st, 4 weeks, like I said. And I will also put my email if you have any questions, my social media handles, if you want to take a look at those. And then the second announcement is sometimes we can get into some pretty heavy subjects on this show. So I want you to be aware that there could be a conversation that may trigger you. And if you start to feel that and you start to feel overwhelmed or just resistant in some way, honor your body, put it on pause, come back when you're ready. So, with all that, let's get started. So, over the past several days or so, I've been contemplating what this show would be about. So over the past few days, I've just been kind of in a holding pattern, shall we say, of trying to feel what this show would be. And so this morning I'm journaling and I'm meditating and I'm still asking my spirit guides, okay, what's it going to be? And it's like nothing. And then all of a sudden it just kind of dropped in. And this is something I have been considering and I've touched on here and there in this show. And I really have felt called to do this is, I guess, the best way I can explain this. So here we go. And let me know if this lands or resonates with you. Drop comments, send me an email. I would love to hear from you. So for whatever reason, I've been holding back from you of why this has been such an important show for me to create for you. And it's really been around connecting with spirit. So, we call God all kinds of different things, don't we? Spirit, creator, divine father, source. I don't know the word you use. Mine is typically divine father or creator of all. And I've not really talked about that a lot here. When we move through traumas and we're seeking and we're seeking and we're seeking, and the body is seeking a connection with other people, but also with the divine father. And when we can come to a space where we're like, okay, enough is enough. What is it, Father, that you are showing me that I'm not seeing? And I have asked him, I ask him on repeat, what are you showing me? Help me to see what I'm not seeing. And that could be around this business of helping women through abortion, after abortion traumas, abuse, and inner child traumas and abandonment. And those are kind of my top 3 things that I lean into a lot more and more. I know I started out around after abortion because that carries such a heavy, heavy weight for us. And sometimes we don't even realize because we've pushed it down. We've ignored it. It doesn't exist. It's not there. I don't have time for this. I don't want to feel this. I don't even know what I'm feeling. And what I have discovered actually, is not naming the feeling, the emotion. That's still naming the emotion. It is. You may not have a name for it, but you're naming it. You're acknowledging it. And then when we acknowledge it, and it can get uncomfortable, how do you move through that? And one of the biggest things I do, not just around abortion, but many different areas of my life, is I connect back into my breath. I connect back to my body. When I start feeling that overwhelmed energy coming in at me, either from other people, a lot of times it is very much from other people, and sometimes it's from me and my head telling me stories of gotta get this done, gotta go. And I start to get ramped up into overwhelm. I take a pause. It could be 3 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 3 or 4 days, maybe even a week or more, depending on what that overwhelm is. But I give myself space. So can you give yourself space to take a pause? Honestly, only if it's only 5 minutes, and drop back into your breath. Notice your breathing, that deep breath in through your nose for 4 counts. Hold it for 4 counts and release it through your mouth for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts and repeat. I do this when I wake up, connect back into my body, into my breath, to connect with the Divine Father. And I ask him, what do you want me to do today? What shall we do today? And what are you showing me? And maybe I'm not seeing it. I need a sign. Sometimes I need like a neon sign saying, Terry, over here. And then I'll eventually get it. If you can start your day connecting into your breath, even for 5 minutes, and whatever thoughts come in, just let them float in, let them float out. Don't try and control them. Don't try and push them away. Just let them come and they will float in, they will float out. But like I said, I do that first thing in the morning, and then I'll take some time to journal. But I do take time when I wake up in the morning and just be in silence. I could have my warm water or my tea, and I just sit, and whatever thoughts, like I said, they move in, they move out. Give myself space. I give myself a pause. And I know when I first started this, it's like do 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 do. And when I stopped doing that and I dropped back into my breath, any overwhelm, anything, thoughts of I got to do this, I got to get this done, I got to do that, and holy cow, and I got to do all this stuff for everybody else, and I still got to go to work, and I've got to get the shopping done, make the food, get the kids out the door, whatever that looks like for you. It can be a lot and it can be overwhelming. Take the pause. And if there is a trigger that's coming at you from another person or something you saw on streaming, social media, turn it off if you can and take the pause. Step away. I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember her name now. Alyssa Boyer, I think. And what she said really resonated with me. And I don't do this a lot, but there's from time to time I have. Take a break from social media. She actually called it a social media cleanse start for a day. And if that feels like a lot, maybe start for half a day or a couple of hours and just step back and drop back into you and allow those thoughts, those feelings to come in. Because when we're watching on social media or we're scrolling or, whatever you may do, we numb out. We're looking at everybody else. Oh, I wish I had that life. Or, yeah, I could never do that. And why does everybody have this thing and I can never seem to get it? Step back. Because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, whatever we're watching or scrolling through. When we can do that on a regular basis, you will see a shift in how you feel and how you move through the day, and maybe even how you interact with others that you love. So I know this really is not a lot about abortion recovery, is it? But I just really felt like I needed to say this today. And I hope you take away one thing that you could do to drop into your body. I know I say this a lot. Hot salt baths are very good for helping to clear energy and grounding and to help you with the overwhelm. There is another practice, especially if I'm in the office with a lot of people, and there are days where all their energy's coming at me, and it's a lot for me to take in. And I'm still learning how to filter other people's energy out of my body and not keep it in my body. That seems to be a continual lesson for me right now, even with my husband some days. Walk into the washroom, close the stall door, do the deep breathing, even for 3 repetitions, 4, 5, whatever you can manage, or step outside and take that deep breath of in through your mouth for 4 counts, in through your nose for 4 counts, out through your mouth. And I still said that wrong. Can't get this right today. In through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, out through your mouth for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and repeat. Pay attention to your breath. Drop into the breath. Dropping into the breath is the quickest way that I know of to drop into your body. The body's going to lead you where you need to go. It will never steer you wrong. Your mind, however, will tell you stories. Your mind is telling you stories to keep you safe because the mind is going back to history that says, we're not going to try this new thing because, No, we can't do that. We're going to go do this thing because we know what this does. We have experience in this thing. So we're going to keep repeating this, whether it's a good experience or a bad experience. Hopefully it's good. But sometimes, let's face it, we tend to repeat bad experiences. I suspect you probably have. And then if we can ask ourselves, why are we doing that? And there's doubt and maybe there's fear to try this new thing, to try this 4-week program for after abortion, for those energy healings, a fear of or doubt of, will this really work? What I have discovered about myself is if there's doubt or there's fear, then there is likely something there for me to work through and to move through to the other side. I'm not talking about situations where your life is in jeopardy or, a bear is chasing you. Curry Parker says that a lot, but an experience. So I had a lot of fear. I mean, a lot of fear about creating this podcast. And sometimes I have a lot of fear just about doing the recording. It's like, okay, Terry, you're going to do the recording. You're going to be fine. And then I drop into my body and it's like, here we go. Here we go. And if that's the only thing you take away today from this show, I hope it's that. But if you're curious or you have doubts or maybe even fear of telling your story to me, can you be curious about the fear and sign up and see what it's like? And you may find a whole different experiences awaiting you. And the curiosity is that the Divine Father calling you, saying, okay, it's time. Let's start the healing. And I will say a couple things here. The program is about after abortion. It can also be many different other things that you may want to reach out and talk to me about. And we can use that space for that as well. It could be inner child healing, self-abandonment, abuse, a lot of everything I just touched on. Can you reflect back of how you treat yourself? Are you people pleasing? Are you putting everyone above you? You are, maybe someone calls you and say, hey, look, I need your help with this thing. But you had plans. You were supposed to be doing something else that you really wanted to do, but you canceled because someone said, hey, can you help me with this? So what's this they need help with? And could it have waited maybe a day so you could go do what you were wanting to do? There's a gnat in this room. And all of this comes down to finding out who you really are. Because God has designed us, in each of us, in such a unique way that we are all here to bring a gift to the world and to begin to heal. And I guess that's really what I have been so resistant in saying, to begin to heal one person at a time and to share that healing with another person and another person and another person, to make a difference in the healing because we need it so badly. One of the gifts I have in my human design is I see things. It's just how I'm made at a global level of how can this action, whatever it may be, how can this action help the world, help the people on this planet? And that, my friends, is really what I'm about and what I want to help you with. So, yeah, that was kind of heavy today, but thank you for giving me the space to have this conversation with you and sign up for the 4-week program. It's 4 weeks, 1 call a week, and you might really, really discover something so amazing about yourself when we start to uncover some of those energies and those emotions that you've maybe been hiding from. So you guys have an amazing week,